Welcome back to Return to Success. Now that you've reviewed, you'll apply the information to your own experience. In the next 2 sections, we'll walk you through an example question and response to get you started. You'll be asked to provide 5 to 7 sentence responses to each of the questions before continuing with the next steps for your return from second suspension. The first apply the material question we want you to contemplate is this. Using the information you just reviewed, describe how your academic standing impacts you as a student. What restrictions apply to you in your return to Mason, and what potential risks do you face moving forward? Please quote the module material and provide thorough detail in your answer. We want to make sure you're processing this information, but there are no wrong answers, just incomplete ones that may be insufficient. It's okay to cut and paste policies and recommendations from the modules. This is an open book exercise because it's critical for you to understand how academic standing impacts you moving forward. Here's an example where a student breaks down their current status and risk upon their return.
I'm returning from second suspension, and I'm at risk of dismissal if I have another semester below 2.0, while my cumulative GPA is 2.
The remaining sentences identify related policies.
I am unable to take classes elsewhere and can't resume classes at Mason until I'm eligible to return. When I return, I'll be limited to 13 credits max per semester, and I'm unable to graduate until I'm back in good standing. Meanwhile, I can't participate in clubs or activities so that I can focus my time on school. If I'm dismissed, then I'm no longer considered a Mason student.
Now, we want you to think about your approach to your coursework at Mason. Think back to your last few semesters at George Mason University. In what ways did you struggle academically? What resources or support do you think you need to combat these struggles? Again, there are no wrong answers, just incomplete ones. In this response, there is no need to reference the previous modules. We're looking for your honest thoughts and reflections. Be honest with yourself so your advisor can provide you with appropriate advice and support. Here's an example response from one of your peers, which we'll break down for you to assess.
In my last semester, I struggled in math-intensive courses like Accounting 303 and Finance 303. I'm working full-time and didn't make allowances for seeking tutoring or additional help.
In this example, the student begins by discussing specific courses they've struggled with, as well as non-academic issues that impacted their studies. They go on.
In addition to using tutoring when available, I must also ask my professors for help when I'm struggling.
Here, the student reflects on the additional support they identified for their return, like tutoring and connecting with their professors. And finally, the student concludes,
Personally, keeping a semester calendar with all my deadlines and non-school responsibilities will help me with priorities. I need to stay on top of assignments and not put off deadlines until the last minute because that's when I end up struggling.
Here, the student identifies a specific tool, a semester calendar, that they will create to help keep them on task for a successful return. Take some time to respond to this prompt now and remember to be honest.